5 secrets that will transform and improve your communication with your spouse instantly. Are you ready? Blessed Marriages family, welcome back to a whole new video. My name is Edgar and I'm your biggest supporter. I'm your biggest encourager when it comes to making marriage work. And I'm here to tell you all the secrets. All the secrets that you need to know to finally reach a happy, exciting, passionate, blessed marriage. Are you ready? Let's get right into it. Secret number 1. It's going to be whenever you're communicating with your spouse, with your husband, with your wife. Number 1, we have to get into the right mindset. How do we do that? By putting ourselves in their shoes. What does that mean? That we're going to try our best to think like they're thinking. We're going to try our best to feel what they feel. We're not going to be able to do this 100%, but the goal is to put ourselves in their shoes. Why is that? Because when we do that, we tend to become more compassionate towards that. We tend to become more empathetic and we tend to be more patient with them. And not just that, but when we put ourselves in their shoes, we tend to remove our defensiveness. See, it's human nature for us to become defensive when people come and speak to us. Why? Because we're trying to protect ourselves. We're trying to protect our emotions. So when we put ourselves in their shoes, it'll be easier for us to remove that defensiveness. Why? Because we're thinking of what they're thinking. We're trying to feel what they feel. So that's the right mindset when speaking to our spouse. Always remember, step number 1, put yourselves in their shoes. It's going to help you become more compassionate towards them. It's going to help you become more empathetic. And it's going to help you become more patient. And it's going to help you be more understandable to them. Secret number 2, ask questions. Yes, it's that simple. You have to learn how to ask questions. And not just any questions, but the right questions. See, communicating with your spouse, it's actually like a puzzle. Just like this one, look. Got The Lion King, one of my favorite movies. Every piece represents a thought, an opinion, a point of view, a belief. See, so we have so many pieces. So what exactly is communication? Communication, it's you and your spouse coming together, coming to the table, you bringing your pieces, your spouse bringing their pieces, and we're going to start connecting. We're going to start connecting the dots. And how do we do that? By asking the proper questions. So let's pretend that you're speaking to your spouse and you already gave your point of view, you already gave your thoughts, you already gave your beliefs. Instead of asking, does that make sense? See, if they answer yes, in reality it makes sense, but based on their beliefs. It makes sense based on their mindsets. So that's not the smartest question to ask. Instead of asking, does that make sense? Ask this instead. So I can make sure that I'm explaining myself correctly. How is it that you're understanding? See, we shifted the question. Does that make sense? I mean, it can make sense, but it's going to make sense to their point of view. It's going to make sense to their own beliefs. But if you ask this question instead, to make sure that I'm explaining myself correctly, what is it that you're understanding? In other words, you're asking them, you're telling them, tell me how you're understanding it. Tell me how your mind processed what I just said. And that's very important. Why? Because when they start opening up, it's going to be easier for you to start connecting the dots. In other words, connecting the pieces to the puzzle. So always ask the right questions. Secret number 3, specify one individual problem and then go attack that problem. But you're probably asking yourself, Edgar, no, there's a lot of problems. You know, everything connects with each other. I understand. But if you want effective communication, you're going to have to identify one problem and we're going to have to attack one problem at a time. Remember the puzzle pieces. Every piece represents one thought, one point of view, one belief, opinion. Imagine these are all your thoughts, your opinions, your point of views, and these are your husbands, your wives. A lot of pieces. What happens when you guys come together and communicate? That happens and we end up getting nowhere. So what's the secret? Identify one problem and we're going to attack one problem at a time. Once we fix this problem, we're going to go to the next problem and then the next problem and then the next problem. And that's very critical, because sometimes we come and we communicate with our spouse, but we don't even know what the problem is. We don't even know what the root of the issue is. We're just sharing emotions. We're just sharing thoughts, points of views, beliefs, and then I go this way and then she goes this way. But in reality, we don't even know what the problem is, what the root of the issue is. So that's why it's very, very, very important. Identify one individual problem and attack that problem. Once you fix it, once you find the solution, move on to the next problem. Step number 4. Once you identify the problem, once you identify the root of the issue, brainstorm a lot of solutions. Brainstorm a lot of ideas that you both might think or believe that might help the issue, the problem. Do not talk about the solution. Do not say any negative comments. The goal is just to come up with ideas, with solutions. And secret number 5 is, once you guys are done brainstorming solutions, ideas, come together and look for a few solutions that you believe are the best solution for that problem. Identify 3 or 4 solutions that you believe are the best. Once you identify, you're going to agree and you're going to commit to getting it done. It's that simple. Agree to the solution and commit to getting it done. If you take this 5-step approach, I guarantee you your communication is going to improve and it's going to transform instantly. Believe me. So there it is. Blessed Marriages family. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you like the video and make sure that you share the video so we can all reach a happy, excited, passionate, blessed marriage. I'll see you guys on the next video.